You know, I really hate the coronavirus. Oh, you too? The big problem with coronavirus is it's wrecking everything. I mean, no summer blockbuster movies because the movie theaters are closed. We have nothing to look forward to, really. We're all stuck in our homes. And I have to tell you, with this being August, I was afraid that coronavirus was going to take away the most magical thing that I look forward to every year. But I'm glad to say that it didn't. And so I am going for a little taste of normal. Just one little piece of normal in all this chaos and all this weirdness that's been going on this year. And there's only one place where I can do that. And only one place where I can find that warm feeling that I look forward to every year. And it's the Spirit Halloween store, baby. Let's go in. Now, the first thing you always see whenever you go into any Spirit's Halloween Superstore are the animatronics. They always have a bunch of them out front, and they're always fascinating. Now, of course, if you're a professional hunter, the quality of these aren't going to really be up to snuff. But if you're a home hunter, you can't beat the quality for the price, and there's always something new to see every year. They also have lights and fog machines for people who home hunt, as well as all kinds of decorations, and of course, props and costumes for the adults. I always love walking around to see what new stuff they have every year. And of course, they have stuff for the kids, including candy bags, which are probably not going to be used a lot this year. But of course, every year, I head toward the home goods section. This year they have, as usual, a nice collection of both Nightmare Before Christmas and Hocus Pocus ware. They also had some more traditionally witchy stuff, including this really interesting glass. Now, the Ouija board clock was kind of nice, but I really didn't need one. But the cups were pretty cool. And of course, I headed to the skull and skeleton section. There's this really cool one that's resin and a bowl, which was really neat. The rest of them were pretty much plastic and just for once a year use, and so not anything that interested me. So after I did a little bit of shopping, I headed straight to the cashier. I paid for my items and gave a little bit of the donation to the Spirit of Children. With everything packed up and in bags, I headed out and was on my way home. Okay, I'm back from the store. And I've got goodies. I can't wait to show you what I got. Well, first off, I've got this really cool looking skull bowl. Now, it's not made out of plastic. It's like a cast resin. It's really durable and it's really nice looking. And it's going to be perfect for whatever I decide to do with it. But when I do decide to do something with it, I'm going to have this really cool skull bowl to do it with. Don't judge me. I also got a bunch of coffee cups, and here's one of them. This is a Ouija board cup. It's black and sepia. And inside, there's a planchette printed inside the cup. This is a really cool looking coffee cup. This one is from American Horror Story, and it says, "Normal people scare me," which sometimes they do. So this is a really neat looking black and red coffee cup. And this one's just awesome. Now, this coffee cup, this is a black and purple one. It's gorgeous, and on it says, "As above, so below." And you see it has the little symbol here. It's a nice little witchy coffee cup. It's pretty cool also. And finally, although not a coffee cup, it's pretty awesome. It's sort of like a wine glass without the stem. And on it says, "Be the strange you wish to see in the world." Don't mind if I do. We interrupt this video to point out that I screwed up a little bit because I didn't realize I left one of the mugs in the bag, and I forgot that I had purchased it. So I have to show this to you. This is the Exorcist mug that I got, and as you can see, it's got some really neat designs on it. And I forgot that I got it, and I forgot it was in the bag, and I wanted to point this one out too as part of my haul. So back to your regularly scheduled video. So now I've got these really neat items which I can use to help me celebrate Halloween all year round. which is something I love to do. And so today I thought it would be a good time to show you my vlogging setup, the equipment that I use to shoot the vlogs, which obviously I'm not using right now. I'm using my iPhone because, I can't shoot the vlogs with my camera and show you my camera. So here's my camera. This camera is a GoPro Hero 8, and I've got some setup stuff with it, which I'm going to show you. Now, the Hero Pro itself is in a media mod, which has a front and back microphone, which I tend to use a lot, but very often, especially if you're outside and it's windy, this doesn't pick up very well. So I do have this Rode Video Pro Mini that attaches to the back of the media mod, and I use this sometimes, especially when I'm outside. Now, it does come with what they call a dead kitten, which is a big furry sock which fits on this in case there's wind. The problem I run into when I have that on is it's so big that you can see it in the lens, and so it looks like the entire world's wearing a Nemo haircut. So very often if I'm recording outside, and obviously I don't need this, I put this on the side so that the dead kitten doesn't show up on the screen in front of the lens. Now this is a light mod, and I can use this to, if I'm in the dark, to light myself up, because to be honest, this thing is not that good in the dark. But then again, it's not what it was meant for. I've learned that the hard way, is that I've been in some low light situations with the GoPro, and have gotten a lot of artifacts and interference because of course you had to open the ISO all the way up. So inside the camera, I've got a 1 terabyte mini SD card, which is enough to hold 18 hours of 4K footage. I can take the one card if I'm doing like a shoot for the weekend, and keep all the footage on there. Because of course, when you're shooting a vlog, you want to capture as much footage as you can. Now, of course, the battery doesn't begin to last 18 hours. That's one of the problems with the GoPro, is that a fully charged battery takes, you're only good for like an hour of video when you're shooting 4K. I would go through a bunch of batteries before I'd ever fill up the card. But what's good about the card is that if I forget to delete stuff off the card, or I've got a few days worth of footage, I'm not going to be worried about filling up the card. I can go ahead and keep filming and load up the card and not worry, because on smaller cards, that 4K will just eat up all of your space. And when I had my first card, which was like a 32 gig card, that happened to me a lot, where I'd be recording stuff, and then I would run out of room on the card and have to go back and try to delete some footage. And so 1 terabyte gives me plenty of space. And I have a couple of extra GoPro batteries and a charger, so I can keep batteries with me if I'm going to have a long day worth of shooting. Now, what's also neat is I've got this handle, and this is like a selfie stick. Now, when I got the GoPro, it came with this, what they call a shorty, which goes out so far, and it does happen to open up so that you can use this as a tripod. It's a decent stick if you just need like a little one for travel. Obviously it's really limited, and so I got this one, which is really useful. As a matter of fact, you can see it loosens with a twist, and it tightens up. As you can see, this is a huge one, so I can, like I said, I can stretch it out, for like a long selfie. But what's also cool about this stick is here in the bottom, I can unlock this, and I've got a tripod. And I just twist this to lock it, and this will sit. What's great about this the selfie stick is it's so long that I can sit this on the ground, and it's just about up to the height of my face. So I can use it if I'm doing like a sitting talking head. I can use this as a tripod, and it's ready to go. I don't have to take the GoPro off and put it on a tripod. I can use this. Like I said, for the most part, if I'm recording face to face, facing the camera, I can, do it this way, or even bring out a little bit of the selfie stick and tilt this, and I've got this going, which is really awesome. As I said, useful, and this is what I use for the most part. Now, of course, the GoPro does have its limitations. It's not really that good in low light. Recording sound, it's decent. I mean, with this, it's a little bit better. There's obviously a lot of things you can't do with this camera that you could do with a full-fledged camera. And a lot of people, when they see me with this, they say, well, you know, this is a good camera to use until you get something better. But to be honest, I already have something better. This is the Canon 90D, and this thing is a monster. It does everything. It records great video. You have a lot of control over ISO. I mean, obviously, it's going to do a better picture than this. And there are so many more options with this camera. I mean, this is definitely a pro camera. Why I'm not using this camera for my vlogging, although I did get this to vlog with. It was my intention originally to use this in my vlog, and of course I got the Joby tripod with it, so which, you know, all the YouTubers use when they use their big DSLR cameras. And this, like I said, it's an awesome camera. I mean, the thing is, though, this thing is heavy. I mean, if I were trying to do, you know, front face and talk into the camera, I mean, with this lens, I could get pretty close, but, I mean, it's still rather unwieldy. And if I take this out in public, I mean, this is going to draw a lot of attention. And to be honest, if I want to shoot a vlog, if I got to take this entire thing out and carry it around, you know, along, you know, some extra lenses for things that I want to shoot, I mean, I may not do it. I mean, this is not the kind of thing that you can carry around all the time. Now, I can understand if you're a pro vlogger and you're doing it all the time, and that's your main job, yeah, you want to go with something like this because you want to make sure you get the absolute best picture. But I'm not. I do this part-time, and I've got a lot of... I live my life outside of doing these vlogs. And so this works for me because this is grab and go. I mean, this is ready to go at a moment's notice. And what's great is, especially with the video you saw earlier in this vlog when I was shooting at Spirit, if I were carrying something like this around when I walked in, somebody might have stopped me and said, no, you can't film in here. But if I'm carrying something like this, or even this with the little shorty handle, people are not really going to notice it that much, and they're not really going to care. And so this is way less intrusive, and it's really convenient. And so, as of right now, this is going to be my vlogging camera. This gets the job done.